Hidden, hidden. I'm hidden from the enemy. Yes, indeed. I most certainly am hidden from the enemy. And that's what we're talking about on this morning, how to be invisible. How to be invisible. Psalms 27 and 5. Psalms 27 and 5. You can turn there, look there as we just greet some folk and get into this morning's manna. Man, you should have been a part of the prayer on this morning, and it's similar to what I'm talking about right now. And this morning, we prayed about shutting the door. We prayed about shutting the door on the enemy. And there's so many times in the scripture in which the Lord came in and shut the door. You remember in Jairus' daughter, they went in and shut the door. When the prophet went in to pray for the dead child, he shut the door. So many times you have to shut the door of all of those who would come and bring about this, that, or the other. Doubt in your mind, you have to shut the door. Well, that's also a part of when I shut the door, I'm hiding myself. I'm hiding myself. I'm hidden. I'm going to be invisible from the enemy. How about that? Well, want to greet some folk and then get into the word on this morning. Get into the word on this morning. Good morning, Vicky. How are you? Good morning, Angela. How are you? Good morning, El Cent. How are you on this morning? Good morning, Caroline. How are you? Maritha, how are you? Miss Cat, how are you doing on this morning? I saw you on this morning's prayer. Good morning, Joel. How are you? Francine, how are you on this morning? Cynthia, how are you doing on this morning? Diane, how are you? Anna, how are you doing? Pastor Lil, you getting along? And Joel down in Mississippi, how are you all doing on this morning? This morning, it's all about I'm invisible. You know, have you ever played hide and seek? You ever played hide and seek? Well, it's a childhood game, you know, count to 100 or 10 or whatever you all did in your neighborhood or part of the country, whatever you all did. But then you would try to hide. Inevitably, all of the hiding places were taken, and subsequently you would then be found. Or you would try to run and touch the base before the person who was the one that was looking. Well, guess what? This morning it's all about I found a hiding place. I'm invisible to the enemy. I'm invisible to the enemy. It's going to be the text, the talk, and the takeaway. 5 minutes or less. Let's jump right into it on this morning. And here is the text, Psalms 27 and 5. For in the time of trouble, not going to say it's not going to be trouble. The writer has already said there's going to be trouble. He says, though, this is what's going to happen in that time of trouble. He shall hide me. He shall hide me where? His pavilion. We're going to talk about that. In the secret place of his tabernacle, he shall hide me. He shall set me high upon a rock. Okay, the Hebrew word for pavilion is a tent or a cover or a place that is covered. It's like a booth in the tabernacle. And in some of them, there would be tapestry. I've had the blessing of being stationed overseas before and deployed in Saudi Arabia and all, and they make the most beautiful rugs that you've ever seen. And they also make wall tapestries by hand, beautiful, like artwork, just outstanding. And it's in this place, not just any pavilion, but it's in this place where he will hide. And guess what? It's in the tabernacle. It's adorned with tapestry and beautiful things that the owner holds dear. But here is the key. He's also there. He's also there. According to the Hebrew tradition, he's also there in that place. So he's going to hide me and he's going to be there too. Wow. 3 things I want you to grab as a result of that. The first thing I want you to grab and understand is this. When the enemy comes upon me to eat of my flesh, he will stumble and fall. Yeah. When he comes upon me to eat of my flesh, when I'm in the hiding place with him, with the Lord, it is not like he's going to put me there and leave me there. He's going to put me there and be there with me. You've seen all of the scary shows and scary movies, and they hide, and eventually the monster or whatever, or the spirit or whatever, eventually finds where they are. Not so. And if he does and breaks through, he's with me. When the enemy comes upon me to eat of my flesh, he will stumble and fall. And even if he finds me, he's with me in the pavilion. Here's the second thing I want you to grab. If God is for me, Romans 8:41, if God is for me, who can be against me? Even in my time of trouble. Even in my time of trouble. Here's the third thing I want you to grab. The third thing is, it says this in Peter. It says, now, the enemy is like a roaring lion roaming around seeking who he may devour. You know why he's roaming around? Because he can't find me. He can't find me because I'm hidden. So it's not, here it is. Here's the thing I want you to grab and take away. It's not what got to me. It's not what saw me. It's all of the things that didn't see me. And you have no idea. You have no idea of the accident that didn't see you. You have no idea that the bill collector that didn't see you. You have no idea the sickness that didn't see you. You have no idea the death that passed over you. You have no idea with the trouble that didn't see you when you were in the midst of it. Because why? You were in the pavilion with him, with the tapestry all around. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. He can't find you because I found a hiding place. The Lord be with you today. Share this, man. If it bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning, man. God bless you.